welcome back to TimberBorn and episode number 13 of our Thousand Islands hard mode let's play. And last time, among other things, we built a big water pump here because we are at, well, we're actually a third of the way through our longest drought to date. So yep, and we're in the process of walling this area off so that we can get metal out of the mine. I've been thinking about this area actually. I had spoken about, and you can see I've even put in place the structure to be able to block these off, but that would reduce our ability to produce power down here. And I'd even spoken about sending the bad water off this way, and you can see we have some explosives placed for that. What I'm thinking now is maybe we do it over here somewhere. So, and we can use all of this long run then to generate power. Probably we still want to put the domes over the top, but we can then force them to be open so that we've got continuous power. And maybe we'll tidy all of this up so that it's a bit straighter and things, and yeah. And I could even just keep it so that it runs all the way down and off the map down here. We could just block off here and here. And just keep it as a way of generating power, and it keeps it away from the rest of the colony. So yeah, been kind of pondering that. The other thing we did was put in our aquatic farm. And we are working on putting in a bad water rig so that it doesn't contaminate our aquatic farm. And we need a lot more treated planks and blocks for that. So yeah, and we're still building this. I'm going to high prioritize that because we do kind of need that to keep the aquatic farm hydrated, and the water in it is getting kind of low, to the point where I'm actually considering throwing in an emergency water dump. Now, the downside of that is we kind of need all of the water that we have. So let's unpause another one of these to keep pumping out our almost empty reservoir. So actually, no matter how quickly we get this built, it's not going to make a difference. So I think we need to be working on an even bigger reservoir, and yeah, I'm not sure how or where we're going to do that. We do need to work on more water storage as well. Yeah, the thing that I want to tackle today is our storage of, just checking we've got space to store the food that we're growing over on the drought area. So yeah, the thing that I want to tackle today is rearranging this mess. It's very sparsely populated. It feels very wasteful, and so I think we can do something about that. Actually, the first thing that I think I want to do is, can we tuck if we exploded that one piece there, we can move this farmhouse down, which will get rid of that. And I'm going to, I think, start sinking some big storages in here, a bit like I've done on some of the others, but I'm going to combine it with housing. So what I want to do is essentially put in basements for the housing. So that's what we're going to do. We do have some explosives, so in fact they've placed it, they just need to come finish building it. There we go. So detonate, and yeah, we can put an efficient farmhouse there. We'll prioritize building that. We do have logs, which is good. Have they not built our metal blocks? See, I was just playing on the mega build series, and metal blocks seems to be an issue everywhere. So that holds grilled potatoes. Do we have another storage for grilled potatoes? We do not, but we could make that grilled potatoes, which means we can now delete that. They'll tidy that up, man. In fact, we will even prioritize them coming in and picking up all of the stuffs. So what I'm thinking, and I have not particularly designed this, I've just got a theory in my head, is we are going to try and put in a couple of large warehouses. So yeah, we should be able to get 2 large warehouses. And then on top of the large warehouses, we'll build some of the triple lodges. So we'll get a little bit of verticality going on, but that's not a bad thing. So 3, 6, 3. We're going to dynamite that whole area. So let's prioritize that. So while they're doing that, I'm just going to come back over here, and we can now, we will also prioritize getting this deepened. You might remember last time we had to make this so that it passes water through when we have water because of the constriction of the water flow through here. Actually, what does that look like? Let's just wind that down. So in theory, it should have this whole piece, but I am wondering if these actually block water. I'm not sure. So yeah. Anyway. Well, they've got that done, so let's detonate that. And can we go any deeper? We cannot. That is as deep as we can make that, so we'll just put a triple dynamite there. It's not the biggest reservoir in the world, but it stores some water. So equally, these guys have been placing dynamite here. They can't get to those, which is a bit annoying. Let's detonate those ones. And then we can build something so they can get down to those. There we go. I bet they can't get to those either. Nope. No. Annoying. Can we facilitate that? We probably can. I'm going to delete one of the pieces of dynamite there. And then we can do that, and they'll be able to get down there. So that's cool. We have maple trees here. Maple trees need the tapper shack. Yeah. So we don't have space for a tapper's shack at the moment unless we hang it off of there, which would work. So confusing me that it's under wood. So there we go, tapper shack. And yeah, we're going to need some storage for maple, maple syrup, but we'll get to that at some point. And maybe we just temporarily, and you know this means I'll probably forget to change it, just throw in some sort of storage for it, so I don't forget. Let's do that. So they should be able to place those explosives. Over here, wow, they've got all of that in. That's nuts. So now we basically just need to drain this, and we can then make use of the mine. And this pump can go all the way down to the bottom, so it just needs to keep working. Really curious, nervous to see how that changes the flow of water. And our aquatic farm has dried out, and there's really not a lot we can do about that. So yeah, I do think that I'm going to move or delete those. So we need to put in some storage for planks. Aren't you making metal blocks? No, we're not out of scrap metal yet. So Storage, medium pile, pit pile, long, tiny pile. You're going to be our new plank storage. And I'm going to delete you. You are empty, so I'm going to delete you. And I'm just going to see if that helps with the water flow through that area. Let's also make sure. So one thing that I did notice is this isn't set up quite right. So advanced, be that advanced. They're not attached to a stream gauge at all. Well, that's kind of dumb, isn't it? So these ones are attached to this stream gauge based on contamination. I think it's because I deleted the stream gauge. That's why they're not stream gauge. But still, I think they are set up slightly wrong. So let's delete that and put in the piece of explosives that we need there. That. Yeah, we need to put a stream gauge in here. We probably don't need beavers doing dirt at the moment. So yeah. So what I wanted to check was, actually I can do this with the basic, I think. Yeah, when drought starts, they go up to 1. When drought ends, they go to 0. When bad tide starts, they go up to 1. And when bad tide ends, we'll manage that manually for now. Right, that's all in. So let's detonate that. And hopefully when we keep this full, things will be better. And we are going to actually want, not planning to use it now, but we will, because water is not good. Water is not guaranteed, let's say that. We are going to want to have a fluid dump there. What we want to do now is water, stream gauge, and let's prioritize them building that, and then let's go back over here. One of the cool things about having 2 colonies is we have lots going on. Why did I only put single dynamite in there when I need to detonate that down a really long way? That was kind of dumb. Oh, can I put triple in? Let's see how deep it will let me go. What I might be able to do is sink the warehouse down far enough that the housing is on ground level. That would be kind of cool if we can. So let's try that. Wait for them to bring over extract. We have some extract, so get them to bring it over. How's our farm doing? It's still got water, so that's okay. I kind of feel like we're probably at the point where we should tell them to not plant any more crops here. I'd rather not have the residue of dead crops. That's kind of annoying, but hey, obviously we went too soon on that. I guess we will have to wait a little while for them to come place those. So let's go back over here. And right, that's built, so we're going to advanced. So one of the things that I am not sure about, because I'm not sure, I'm going to act on my not sureness, is I think we might need to have those separated by 1 so that they don't all think they're the same thing. Now, maple syrup dude is taking maple syrup, which is cool. I'm going to pause that water dump now. Yeah, let's prioritize those. And then, yeah, we're going to attach the stream gauge there. And low threshold. So when this is below, deep is that? Let's go like below 2.5. We will open, and when it's above 2.7, we will close. We then want to disable during a drought, and when a drought starts, go to 1. During a bad tide, these will be closed. So, and then I'm going to do the same thing over here, but before we'll build first, and then we'll delete these. So, because I think we might need the separation. How's this getting on? It's getting there. It's getting there slowly. Cool. And this is going to take a while as well. Well, it's nearly finished. I do love these flywheels. They are so good compared to the gravity batteries. So much better. And yeah, once we've got this farm set up properly, we will have it water dumping, and it'll work a lot better. But it's been a bit of a journey, shall we say? All right, yeah, that's going to hold a little bit of water, but not a huge amount. So we also, I'm going to put another large water barrel there. I want to build a few more over here as well. So we still haven't got our extract. I'm guessing the extract is coming from this district, and it is set to import, so we just need to wait for them to get to it. A little bit frustrating. Why are you? Because you're right. Attach to stream gauge. No, we're gonna let that. Got 11 days to go. I think that should be okay. Yeah, you see they're starting to clear the farm, although some of it is dying now as the pockets of water dry out. And you could say that maybe there's benefit in deepening these so they don't dry out. So we can do this more, because it is a pretty monumental source of food, and we have actually build our huge warehouse of carrots. So if I do that, we can put in another large warehouse for carrots. So got that block in. It's good. So yeah, all still a work in progress, it would seem, but what I really wish they'd come and do this so that we can work on this area. I'm not sure why they're not. It's the high priority, so there is apparently 10 extract in the region, so we have builders. We'll come back to that. That's annoying me. So I am going to, don't know if they can get to it, but we're going to try and put a stream gauge there, see if they can get to that. This is getting there, actually. Getting there. We can then scrap that. Yeah. Let's finish all of our automation bits. So we're going to delete those. We're going to go to here. We're going to go advanced and attach the stream gauge over here. We will disable during a drought. We will do stream gauge low threshold of, what's this set to? This is set to unpause at 2.11. So we probably want this to be like 2.2. It's below 2.2, these open. It's above 2.6, they shut. And then disable during drought, and during a drought we want it to go to 1. That should work. That should work. Over here, what we're going to do is advanced attached to stream gauge. We will disable during a drought again, and then we are going to do contamination. 1 below 1% goes to 1, above 2% they go up. So kind of my standard for controlling those. And hopefully that's all set up. So these guys now do, I guess they're building this. There is stuff for them to build. So they're working on the bad water rig, which is using ridiculous amounts of resources, and they're working on that. As soon as this is pumped out, we are going to make this a separate district. So I guess in preparation for that, we could come across here. Ideally, this would be bots, but we don't have bots yet. So we're going to put in some housing. This will house 9 beavers. I'm just thinking it's going to be a fairly minimalist district, but we're going to want 10 beavers in the mine. We're going to want some haulers and some for this. So I think that probably 2 houses will do the job. We're going to want a couple of water tanks, and we're going to want some storage for food. So put all of that in. There'll be some other bits and pieces that we need. I'm going to low prioritize the building of all of that. But just to give them something to do with kind of cheap resources. They built this yet? No, still not. Oh, I love it when a plan doesn't plan. So I want to build a lot more water storage. We have pumped all of the water we can pump out of the reservoir. So let's pause you guys. We have 8,000 water and 8 days left. It's absolutely fine. I'm going to dump a little bit of water in there. Maybe just gonna, I'm not going to say what it's going to be like, but it's not going to be very effective to just put a single water dump in here when this is completely bone dry. So we'll just let them keep working on stuff. I think all of our scrap metal, all of our metal processing is done in the other district. So we are kind of at the limit of what they will import for us. And they're using all of their metal at the moment. But what I want to do, and we're going to make use of the space over here. Do we need... need more land that we can use. It's kind of a problem. If I put that there... Oh wow, they've built that extra carrot warehouse and almost filled it. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put a staircase on it. We're going to come across here. I want to build some large underground piles for things. We're going to have one for logs, one for planks, one or dirt. And I want to delete these, those to be emptied. And we are going to build some water storage on platforms. And we might not get this done before the next drought bad tide, but that's going to add another 3,600 storage, so that will take us up to 15,000, which is still not really enough, but is better. And better is better. Good wordage there. Disturbed. So, right, how are we looking over here with our bad water rig? We are 20 odd metal away from having it done. Are we out of bad water? We are out of bad water. So, which way did I have this set up? Because we are going to need to get in here. But I don't want to sort that until it's built, because I don't want beavers to end up getting contaminated by going into it. So let's have a quick check over here. Wow, this is mostly getting built, so we need to pause the houses. I don't want beavers to be living in them. The water, set that to be water. And we'll set this to be, we have lots of grilled potatoes and we have lots of bread, so they can have potato sandwiches. So something that I do want to get into, actually, speaking of potato sandwiches, is the packing factory. But to do the full thing, we need everything, which is kind of hard. So I'm sort of tempted, actually, to try to get one going with the carrot and potato sandwiches. I'm kind of tempted to give that a try, but yeah. Where's that? I need scrap. We are so close to running out of scrap metal. How's Pumping Dude doing? He's getting there. We could start building the mine whilst it's underwater. We have the science. Let's stick it in. And that's not centered anyway, so that doesn't really matter very much. What we're going to do is we will come down to the side of the housing. And because it's just water, we can actually just make a start on building that. It needs loads of treated planks, which is a problem. It needs loads of gears, which will be a problem. And logs, which won't be a problem, but if we need to, we can specialize a little, but yeah. We could ramp up our production of those by putting some stuff over. We actually have spare beavers over here. I'm going to delete this because we're struggling for metal. And I'm going to put in got a decent amount of planks. If I put in another gear workshop and another wood workshop, which doesn't need metal to build it, which is good, we will need to add in some storage for pine resin. We need to make sure that we are importing pine resin. We are. And then we want to make sure that we export the treated planks, which we are. So that's good. That will all work. Oh, that's dry, but still just waiting. Is this running again? This is not running. Do we have scrap metal storage there? You are there. There's just so little left that yeah. Oh well. We are working on it. We are working on it with our mine. What's the recipe with these guys? It is gears and treated planks. So I know they're going to be underwater. I know they're going to grumble for a bit, but we will put in some storages for gears and treated planks. Treated planks, and you are going to be scrap metal. No. Yep. The plan is that, as I said, this will be a small separate district to do the mining, because it feels like it's too far from the district centre for me. I don't like having things that are this spread out. That's the 195. That's too far for me to be happy. These guys are done, so we can pause you. We have 4 days to go. It feels like this is a real grind today. It really does. Still waiting on stuff. They're still waiting on extract as well. I guess we should put back the water centrifuge. Then they can build that. I'll make that a low priority. We'll make that medium and that medium. And yeah, I guess. Let's pause that. The redevelopment of this area is going to have to wait until we have the tools for the job. So, a little bit annoying, but wow, these got built quick. What do those use? I thought they used metal. They don't. That's cool. So these are all going to be set to supply, but basically they just give us a nice big storage for all of the things that we need to store. And I would like to do the same over here, but we don't really have anywhere to put it. You could make somewhere. We have dirt. Do that. They need to be 3 across, don't they? 3, 3. I need to do this in blocks. 3. That's 4, 6, 9. Oh, that works. Yeah, I'm going to delete those ones and do that. That. Then we'll do storage, underground pile, and it doesn't recognize that it's ground until it's ground that's been built. But we are getting there with draining this. Excellent. Excellent. And it's helped keep our water up, which is also excellent. So, and now we're getting there with getting this excavated. You need to place I know they're not going to be able to get to that, are they? No. Don't want to risk replacing those either, so we're going to have to rely on the big water pumps that we have. Right, they're up and running, and we do have the resource for them, which is cool. We've got builders over here, so yeah, it's just a case of waiting for them to build stuff. So I do want to ramp up the metal production once we've got mine. Until we've got a better source of scrap metal, there is almost no point. And that's just going to take a little bit of work. And then, so we're going to have to put in a district crossing. I think we'll put the district crossing here. We will need a hauling post and a district center. The district center is going to be completely token gesture, so I think both of those can go over here. We'll put the hauling post in now. So we're going to have 18 beavers over here. My plan, I think, is to max out the mine, which is 10, and then have 4 haulers and 4 in the district center. So I'm not planning to do any building over here. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So how are we doing for dirt? We have no dirt. We do have dirt. Yeah, we have a full supply of dirt. So actually, we don't need you until they actually get to building this stuff. So yeah, they are metal blocks again. Everything is just going to be dependent on getting this mine up and running. Metal blocks going. So these are empty now. So my plan is to mirror this on this side. And I'm using platforms so the water can flow underneath until we have better redirected the water. So get those set up for when they are eventually put in. We have 2.4 days to go. I was so worried about water, and we have plenty. How much of that is due to having this running the whole time? I don't really know. I'm sure it hasn't hurt. Yeah, this is very close to being empty now, which is great. There's food and water over here, but I'm going to get this built before we separate the district off, just because of the whole importing resources. It's quicker to do it that way. How's this looking? 6 more metal blocks. I'm going to up the priority of that a tad. I want the metal blocks to be going there rather than... I don't think there's anywhere else they can be going, but yeah, I want the metal blocks to be going there rather than anywhere. Why did I build this? Somebody? Anybody? Bueller? Bueller? We have lots of bread. What do we have over here? Did we end up with much in the way of... We've got cattail roots. We've got some spattered dot. We need to be thinking about processing that. So you process wheat flour, don't you? So we come over here. Food, we need a grist mill, which we should be able to build. And because we're going to have to wait a while for the centrifuge, we'll put power across there. And we'll do cattail flour. And then how it's connected under there. We need to put in another bakery then. Which could go there. Food, bakery. There we go. And you are going to do cattail crackers. You are doing cattail flour. Cool. You are still waiting for extract. So I guess that's because we are out of bad water. Once we get this thing built, we will never run out of bad water. These produce so much, it is ridiculous. And the other thing that it will do is stop contamination coming here. It means we are managing that somewhat better. We will still have contamination coming down here, and it will mix in under here until we change that. And we have contamination coming out of here, but that should be pushed away. And I'm hoping that will mean that we end up with good water here. And we will refill this area, but we'll see. You know, we will wait. Right. 0.8 of a day to go. This is dry, so we can delete this, and that means we will recover some treated planks, which is good because we need treated planks to put in here, and gears. Let's prioritize them picking that stuff up, and then we can delete this stuff, and that'd be good. Back over here, we've got these jumbo storages of things in case we need them. We don't need scrap metal in this district. Distribution. We are going to export scrap metal from there. It doesn't need to be there. Yeah, I love this idea. I just think it's so cool. I am definitely tempted in the long run to think about deepening these and maybe bringing them across here so that they yeah, I'm outside hammering it down with rain. It's a wet and miserable Sunday afternoon. Why am I recording on a Sunday afternoon when I don't normally record at the weekends? Mrs. D is back at the hospital with her Nan, who is ill again. So, yep. Her and her mum are over there doing family stuffs. So, here comes the water. How's this going? Slow, very slow. Bear with me on this one. There, I think that we need to be thinking about getting to this. It's going to take a long time to build that mine. I mean, that's a long way to go for scrap metal, but is what it is and all that. Yay, this is built. Right, pause. You can go. All of these can go. So we can recover some of the resources. You can go and you can go. And what we need is ladder. Ladder. Staircase. And we are going to high prioritize building that. And that will be that. So this is a workplace that causes a lot of injuries, but we do have a reasonable number of medical beds, I want to say, over here. So yeah, we should be okay. We are pumping water, we are refilling everything. We ended up with a decent amount of water actually, but more water is more gooder. All of our areas are filling up, which is nice. This I'm now going to attach to the stream gauge, and we will pause if above 2 and a bit. We will unpause if below less than 2 and a bit. We probably want to have a double platform and a small water tank there set to obtain to help keep that running. Yep. We need to cut down the dead maple trees. It's a bit annoying. I didn't realize they were going to dry out in the drought, but we'll get those cut down, get everything replaced, and yeah, the farm is back up and running, which is cool. How are we doing for water flow? We are okay. We are okay. But yeah, you can see this is clean now, which is nice. We just need to be able to get this thing running, and there we go. So I think 5 beavers initially is probably going to be a reasonable number. I think we'll go with that for now. This is lovely and dry, which is awesome. That makes me a tad bit nervous. I wonder whether we want to. I think we do. I think we need to increase the height of that. So let's delete that. Let's delete the path and that bit of path, and we will do landscaping. And this is going to be a high priority job, because if we get a bad tide, that's going to screw us up a bit. So let's do that. But that's, yeah, I mean, that's kind of taking the full brunt of the water flow. So yeah, get that sorted, lads. Wow, we are instantly into another drought approaching. Oh, this is brutal. This is truly brutal, but we now have bad water production going. I'm going to prioritize this by haulers, because this produces a lot of bad water once you get it running at full steam. I'm obviously not running it at full steam, but wow, that's even flooding through there, which is kind of interesting. But hey, it does mean now that we can grow in all of our, so we've got spatterdock. We did that wrong, but let's plant some more cattail along there, because this no longer generates contamination. So that's really cool. Wow, that's really struggling. That's really struggling to get through there. Okay, when it's water, when it's bad water, that's not going to be good. Right. Pause. What's causing the restriction so significantly? Is water going through those? I'm wondering if we need to shrink this aquatic farm a bit. Which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come across here. And I'm going to take this corner off of the aquatic farm. I'm really worried that if we get a bad tide, that's just going to be horrendous. So, yeah. Give that a bit of priority. Hopefully they can reach it. Yeah, looks like they can. So. Oh, this is done. Detonate. We can keep going, so we'll see how deep we can go. How are they doing with this? They're making progress. Yeah, because this is almost overflowing as well, which when it's bad tide, it's going to be really bad. So, right. Escaping levy. And when it's bad tide, it's going to kill a bunch of this stuff off as well, which is also bad. But, do you know what? Can't fix everything, at least not in one go. So too far from a district. Can't you destroy down? Path, ladder. So yeah, you can see our bad water is now significantly better. Our good water is almost full, which is cool. Our reservoir is full, which is also cool. But we do seem to be at pretty big risk of having flood issues. So predominantly as a result of the changes that we've made, we've got a whole load of water being forced through there. I wonder if we should try and push out up to here and block this off to slightly reduce the amount of water coming in. I don't think that would be a bad idea. Come on, please destroy all of these. We'll have to change some of these to then be platforms. And what we'll do, so that we can do that without impeding things too much. Or everything is a priority, which means nothing is a priority, as we always say. So I would have liked to have tested this, but it looks like we're not going to get to test it. So yeah. Oh well. I think this is just so pedestrian in contrast, but once they've got that built, I'm going to prioritize getting these stairs in. And once the stairs are built, I'm going to separate off this district. And we'll put some, while they're building the mine, we'll put some scrap metal flags up here, which means we'll have to import the gears and treated planks for the mine, but I think that's going to be better. So you might as well be deleted. And I guess it would make sense if they prioritized building that. So drought has begun, 27 days, so we should be okay. We are going to have both of those working. We are going to have one of those working. Our water protection has worked, which is good. Yeah. Oh, we've got our extra water tank built. Let's get both of those going and get that pumped out as quick as we can. And yeah, what that means is, what this means is we are going to have a constant supply of bad water. So probably we could delete these, but we'll leave them for now. This is filled up, which is kind of cool. Let's prioritize building that. Yeah. Right, that's built, so we can delete that, 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 delete those, and then going to, we can delete that one as well, and then we're going to replace the path again with a straight path on platforms, and we'll delete the little kink that we built, but I didn't want to disconnect the 11 incapacitated beavers. This thing is horrendous. And maybe some of this extra space that we put in, we should do well-being medical beds. I should be working towards bots, but at the moment I'm not comfortable that we've got everything that we need to be doing that. So that's why we're not. Basically, you can be set to supply, not obtained. Yeah, they are continuing to do stuff. I wonder if we can get this district split off in time. Probably not, with how long we've been going. How are we doing for food? Do we repeat the process? I think we do. So planting. We need a lot of potatoes by the looks of it, so I'm going to do more potatoes this time, and a slightly smaller carrot plot. So if we wanted to look at science, so we would need we'd need refineries, and I like to use Spadadoc to make my biofuel because it's more efficient. Got a video on that if you don't believe me. And we would want catalyst, so we'd need maple syrup and extract. Okay. We are producing maple syrup, and we could now. We got an excess of flour over here. We could put in another bakery here. That's a 3-by building, so we would need to do that. And bakery, and we could start making maple pastries over here. That would be cool. That would be cool. There's still some building going on. We'll just let them do that. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get this done today, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is that we will go across the top there and do 1, 2, 3 scrap metal flags for now. And actually, I've been really silly with how I've placed those, because placing them that way means they can't get to the scrap metal. So, metal, we do it that way, they can. Metal, scavenger flag. Okay, do 5 scavenger flags. Metal's really tough on this map. Really tough. They've started doing some dirting over here, but I'm not sure why they're dirting over here when they should be. I did prioritize it, yeah. They should be dirting over there. We still have a reasonable supply of dirt, but I think I'm going to turn you on. Yeah, we have 7 incapacitated, so I'm going to, we've got loads, I'm going to turn that down to just 2. Seeming to be producing enough bad water for what we're using. I'm kind of pondering about doing the scrap metal processing here and sending out metal, because that would be more efficient. I'm not sure why I'm asking it as a question, but it kind of is a question that I'm not sure about. So yeah, I don't know. Do you think that we should make this into a bigger district that can do things itself? Kind of curious about that. I also think that rather than having a staircase there, we will put a ladder. And we will ladder there, and we're going to, because then we can use the ladder to cross. Platform. I want to work my way across here, and there is this maze of crappy birch trees, so we're going to cut a path through them. There we go. And yeah, I'm going to block off across here to 1. We can stop the bad tide coming from this side of the waterfall, and also just reduce the amount of good water that's coming in, because it is causing us problems. I am hoping that this change will ease the flow through here. I wonder if it's also worth taking this corner off. Something like this. And maybe along there as well to kind of open that up so it shoots the water through. Ah, they are across. So just need to build all of the stairs. And if only someone had like storage for planks and stuff here. That's progressing at a reasonable rate actually. It's mostly gears now, so do we have gear production over here? We have planks but not gears, so we are reliant on importing gears. And it seems like we're just not producing enough of them. So, yeah. Got 3 gear workshops, which, yeah, doesn't feel like enough to me. So, yeah. And, our power storage is... Okay, so there's power in that. Why isn't it transmitting it through? I need to connect up there, which means also I've been not using most of my power grid. It's mostly just powering the observatory, which is very efficient, isn't it? So that will help because that will give these much more permanent power when someone comes and builds this bloody thing. There we go. There we go. Some more of our battery supply to make use of. So everything's turning now. Yep, everything is connected. Good. Still not thought of what I want to do with this island yet. It feels like we've got a lot of things that we need to be doing that we're not. So yeah. Boom. So the housing project, I think we're going to have to, well, we are going to have to tackle next time. So landscaping, we are at the bottom. So how deep is this hole? 3. It is 5 deep. Let's build some ladderage all the way into the hole and that way. There we go. And then we're going to fill this with dynamite. All these are built. So let's detonate those. And let's detonate all of that. And then when we get good water back, we can fill that a little bit deeper. I'm not sure what its purpose is, but it was a suggestion by one of you guys, so it exists. Do I want to prioritize that? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. So, yeah. They are getting there. They're getting there. It's such a long way, I think, is the problem. Yeah. And realistically, it's probably worth having a small storage of logs and planks in here, I think, so that we can do stuff with those. We've almost got all the treated planks, then it is going to just be gears. We are massively short of beavers over here. Wow. We need more accommodations. So I think what I'm going to do is delete that rooftop terrace. Put in some platforms like that, and we can get 2 more houses on here. There we go. That will help. And I think I want to redevelop this area so we can expand the industry. Once we've got enough beavers to expand the industry, we do seem quite short on the old beaver front. This is going to dry out again if I don't do this. I have no idea if a fluid dump is going to do anything for this. But I guess we can also fill that gap in. Not that they're using them at the moment, but we need so much metal. We need so much metal. Farming away happily. So yeah, we are trying to. This will be things that we focus on next time. I want to get across here, and basically I want to levy across there. We'll be efficient with materials, and I want to levy across there. Do the same there, so save a little bit. Yeah, just so that the less fresh water comes in here. It's not a brilliant idea, to be honest. And we might have to delete it, but we have constricted the flow enough that it's a problem for us. So yeah, there's quite a lot of water comes in, so are we going to get this finished? That's so weird that they've built that one but not that one. No, we need to get them to build those as well. And then we'll be sorted, but I don't think we're going to get that done today. Yeah, I said I want to work on improving this bit so that we can get a bit more industry in here, probably fill this area in, and change how we do the power transfer. Need to expand our power grid here. Over here, we will get to sorting out the housing and address that problem. Make this much more efficient. Detonate you, and then we can put in the missing piece there. Detonate you, and then delete some paths and place some more. So yeah, the plan is that this is as, let me pick the, this is as deep as this is going to go. Seems to be working, and once we significantly improve our water storage, it will be much better. So, yeah. And the same over here, we seem to be doing okay for water storage. We just need a lot more beavers, and I've added 18. We're still 24 short, but we've got 18 kits, so yeah, should be okay. That's all the metal we have left. 132 scrap metal. One staircase to go. Come on, beavers, finish this thing up for me, and we can all go home. But yeah, next video we'll get this district set up. We got spare beavers over here. No, we have not. We have got vacancies. We've got a lot of kits, so that should help deal with those vacancies. We're going to need to actually think I'm going to put an extra house in so that there's some breeding going on over here. And we'll put in a couple of fireplaces. They're working in the mine. They're going to be injuries, so we'll put in some medical beds. Let's give them some shrines. Just need someone to come build it. Just need someone to come build it. Food situation's looking pretty good. Food situation is looking pretty good. There we go. Right, we are done. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Didn't get achieved what I wanted to achieve, but we have achieved something, so that's cool. Yeah, comments, questions, suggestions below. I am not that far ahead with the recording at the moment, so yeah, any suggestions you make will take effect relatively quickly in the grand scheme of things. So yep, pick your comments below, and I will see you next time.